Well, well, well. This is absolutely not the topic that I thought we'd be highlighting today, but we've got some news on some fantastic Finns from around the National Hockey League. We got two in the spotlight we're going to be diving into in this video. Firstly, it is Mikko Rantanen from the Dallas Stars, and secondly, it's Patrik Laine and the Montreal Canadiens. We have ourselves a very interesting extension update with one, and news about how the other is apparently in trouble with the Finnish Army. Yeah, we're not talking about BTS here, folks. We're talking about the military over there in Finland. Mikko Rantanen, buddy. Oh boy, seems like he's going through a pretty tough time. Of course, I know there are going to be a good chunk of Canadiens fans who want to get the scoop on Laine, but I want to force y'all to sit through the Mikko Rantanen talk because this is a conversation that I think is so bizarre. We have to dive into it here. Let's dive into an article posted on the Hockey Writers from earlier yesterday by Jim Parsons. I like this article because it has both the Rantanen and the Laine news. This will be linked in the description, and within it gives the context of the Rantanen situation. Take a look at this. Dallas Stars forward Mikko Rantanen is facing prosecution in Finland for what authorities are calling an unauthorized absence from mandatory military service. As per a report by Iltalehti, Mikko Rantanen was scheduled to report with the Guard Jaeger Regiment on April 15, 2024, but Rantanen submitted his deferment request 1 day late. The request was approved, but persecutors maintain he is guilty of misconduct and are seeking a penalty of 10 to 15 days' salary, potentially totaling nearly $98,000 USD. Rantanen denies any wrongdoing, and the case will now proceed to court for a final decision, says his agent, Matti Hattamaki. He has stated they will not comment further. Now, thankfully, Jim Parsons actually links the Iltalehti report from their website here. Mikko Rantanen discharged from the Army. The hockey player's agent confirms the matter to Iltalehti. This will also be linked in the description, but the opening few sentences of the article talk about how Rantanen has been released from the military. The forward's agent tells Iltalehti. According to the agent himself, the reasons for Rantanen's release is health-related. The agent would not comment on how long the Dallas Stars forward was in military service. Rantanen entered service earlier this summer at Guard Jaeger's Regiment's sports school. The attorney was unable to estimate for Iltalehti how long Rantanen had been in service before being released. The agent declined to comment in detail on Rantanen's legal case, which has been reported earlier on Wednesday that the prosecutor is demanding punishment for Rantanen for unauthorized absence after he was late in reporting for duty in April. He requested the postponement, but he did so a little bit too late. Even though it was approved, the prosecutor still considers Rantanen guilty of unauthorized absence and misconduct. He denies the accusation. He says it's unfounded. The Dallas Stars forward applied for and received a deferment within hours of the time he was supposed to report for duty. For this reason, Rantanen denies the charge. There have been mistakes that Mikko has tried to correct as soon as he received the information, and they also asked, hey, what are the causes of these errors and delays? We don't want to comment further on the matter while it's still unfinished. According to IS, the prosecutor is seeking a 10 to 15 day fine for Rantanen. So, we'll see whether or not this boils over into anything more serious, but Mikko Rantanen seems like there was a little bit of a delay in getting the appropriate paperwork and notices done when they should have been, and now the guy could potentially be facing a fine of upwards of $100,000. So that is definitely not ideal for the Dallas Stars superstar Finnish forward. But let's shift gears from one Finn to another and start talking about Patrik Laine and the Montreal Canadiens. Take a look at this. Patrik Laine has expressed a clear interest in staying with the Habs, saying he has enjoyed his time with the team and can see himself playing in Montreal long-term. Linked is a tweet from Habs on Reddit on Twitter, who has the quote right here. Patrik Laine on re-signing with the Canadiens, he says, "I'd be more than happy to obviously play here. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this city and this organization for a year now. It kind of sparked the enjoyment of playing hockey once again. I can definitely see myself playing here for longer. We'll see what happens. And that, of course, is a very nice sign. The source is also from an Instagram reel that was posted in the replies by Habs on Reddit. If you had seen the video we made a few days ago, we spoke about how Patrik Laine almost quit playing hockey before getting traded over to the Montreal Canadiens. Things were so bad in Columbus, his mental was not in a good place, the way he was being talked about and just the overall reputation, all the stuff with the media, it was not going well with Patty Laine. And so having him go down a path where just a year ago he was considering quitting the game entirely, that of course is not ideal. It's very disappointing to have seen fans and media treat a guy like that to that point. But now Laine's gone out there with a lot more positivity, and it seems like he's really enjoying his time with the Canadiens, and now he's talking about an extension. Like, don't get me wrong, I get that Patrik Laine is kind of overpaid as he is right now. $8.7 million a year is quite a lot for a guy in Laine that hadn't really done all too much this previous campaign. I mean, 33 points in 52 games, that's fine. You want to see more goals, you want to see more games, but the season before that, 9 points in 18 games. The fact that he only played 18 games, the fact that he was not available for the team in Columbus, that doesn't really bode well when you have $8.7 million attached to your name. So, for Patty Laine, of course, I don't think whatever contract extension he gets is going to be anywhere close to this dollar amount, but if he's able to be a 30-goal guy and maybe get $6.5 million bucks a year, I'd be totally fine with leaving Laine in Montreal, assuming he's willing to take that sort of a discount and he is good enough. He doesn't need to be the number one point producer goal scorer on the team because, quite frankly, the Canadiens have enough super talented offensive pieces near the top of the lineup. So if Laine can just be a power play specialist, a sheltered third-line minute forward at 5v5, who maybe gets one 5v5 goal every few games here and there, as long as he's able to accrue enough where he gets into double digits, maybe that's a lot to ask for out of a guy, but if he gets 10 even-strength goals and 15 to 20 power play goals, I think that's fine, especially if he ends up getting lesser minutes. But Laine has expressed his own positive emotions in regards to potentially extending with the Canadiens. He is ending up in his final year of the contract here, so we'll see whether or not this make it or break it season has the best in store for the Canadiens winger. But with all that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel, firstly, about Mikko Rantanen facing the music with the Finnish Army? And how do you feel about Patrik Laine speaking out about a potential contract extension? These two big Finnish wingers have some very interesting news attached to them, and I want you to let me know in the comment section how you feel about it all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.